Assalamu alaikum and welcome to Who is Who in America on Alhikmat TV 24/7 online. Today we are very fortunate to have with us in Alhikmat studio Brother Imtiaz Muhammad. Welcome to the show, Brother Imtiaz.
Thank you.
Good. Brother Imtiaz is a very interesting person and has a very interesting background and personality. He is the founder and director of MVM Foundation, Inc. And you will hear more about what is MVM. But just briefly, MVM means Muslim Votes Matter. And now that we are in America and we have all this highlights and activities about politics in America and Muslims' involvement in politics, it is important to understand why MVM, Muslim Votes Matter. So stay tuned. Brother Imtiaz is a businessman, got a lot of businesses, well known here in Florida. So stay tuned as we continue this conversation with Brother Imtiaz, inshallah. So, Brother Imtiaz, getting to the point directly, and for the benefit of our viewers, we know that we had you on the show before a couple times, but you know, viewers and people all over the world, for the benefit of people who have not heard you before on the social media, on Al-Hikmat TV and other areas over the past few years, tell us a little bit about your background before you came to America and then came to America, so that they will understand why you ended up with MVM.
Okay. Thank you for such a big question. And in a very small time, you want me to explain my 30 years in America.
Interested.
So, my background was from an educational family, from teaching family. And from my childhood, I always wanted to do something big. But I was not fortunate enough to do that in my parent country. I'm from Pakistan.
Right.
And I end up in United States of America. When I came with the vision that I will do something really unique and big. So my impression of America was changed when I landed here. So it was totally different, and I see my fellow citizens from different countries that how hard it is to come to this country. And
I want to stop you there because, you know, it is interesting for viewers to understand. So before coming to America, what was your impression?
My impression was this is the land of opportunity, and I think, and it will be a very easy journey because the opportunity word gives you an opportunity to be at ease. But it was not like that. You have to earn opportunity. And in order to earn, you have to really focus what you want to do. So in the early time in America, like, you know, we struggle and everything. But at the same time, I had a vision that I want to do something very unique and interesting.
But that's a good point you mentioned, Brother Imtiaz. A lot of people really abroad, they think, yes, we go to America and it's just everything, as we say, it's a bed of roses. You just come and lie down, and you get all the beautiful smell and all the luxury and all the happiness, but it's not really that. You got a lot of things to do to attain that opportunity before those doors of opportunities are opened. It is a country with a lot of opportunities, but it takes a lot of sacrifice before you turn the key to those doors of opportunities. I like that. I like that point you have recognized, and you came to know that from day one. Whatever people enjoy here, it's very expensive. It's very costly. So yes, you have opportunities and you have a lot of benefits, but it takes a lot of cost, to get that. A lot of sacrifice, a lot of effort. So you made a good point there, and I wanted to emphasize that for viewers out there. It takes a lot of effort for those things. Illa mashallah, unless somebody is just born with a gold spoon in their
Yes.
mouth, as we say.
Yeah, majority of people, they come here for financial reason.
Yes.
Their background. Somebody is not just coming to see America and going back.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, you know, that is the one point of the immigrants. But the second thing which I personally recognize that, you know, once you adopt yourself as an American citizen in this country, that changed everything. Your entire life should change. But I saw it is not changed for several people. They are still stuck back home politics, back home cultural activities, and they never adopted America as American. To be American is not a bad thing, but people take this in a wrong direction. That if you say, hey, I'm an American, so it does not mean that you are drinking, you are doing wrong things. That is not definition of American. Definition of American, that you adopted a country with your own willingness. You became a citizen of this nation, then you have obligation.
Mm-hmm.
Your obligation is that you should get involved in that country. And we easily say patriotism. What is patriotism? That you have to be patriotic and loyal to the nation you belong. You take oath and become U.S. citizen, and then after that you close that passport and put it somewhere else, and you are on the go.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what I saw. And then you earn your livelihood by doing several things, nothing to do with religion. When you adopt businesses, you just don't go by religion. That being a Muslim, you have certain obligations not to involve in certain businesses. But what we see, who's doing the most businesses in America following that rule? But we earn bad name being Muslims are doing wrong things around the world, Muslim, Muslim, Muslim. So I realize why we have earned this label of terrorism. We have earned, people don't recognize us as a peaceful human. So this is what happened, because when we started our journey in this country, we focus on religion, we focus on social organization structures, and Muslims followed that route. Just religion and social services to show the world we are peaceful human, we're doing good stuff, to earn a reputation of religion, Islam, being Muslim. This is what happened. Now we have saturation in America for non-profit organizations. Everywhere people are promoting Islam by opening more religious organizations, by opening more social organizations. So I was following this pattern, that where we heading? Are we heading in the right direction to make our case being a Muslim, best people, best believers? How are we going to interpret this in society? I realize we are diverting. Doing religious services, nothing wrong in it. Doing social services, nothing wrong in it. But ignoring the political structure, ignoring the political engagement, which also teaches you to get involved, do and fix wrongdoings. If you don't believe in certain things which are wrong, get involved. Fix. Justice and equality is for every faith and beliefs. Justice and equality is not the only lesson of Islam, it's a lesson from every faith, that we should be treated equally, and that is related with the political system. And all religious and social organizations are connected with our political system in America, except American Muslims. we do not have a strong platform, we do not have a strong structure where we can comfortably can say that all Muslims in America are on one page. They understand the politics of this country. They understand why we should be in politics to be recognized as a peaceful national of this country. I'm as good American as anybody else. So what is the difference between me and him? They understand. The other faith and believers, they got into the system so professionally, nobody can even recognize. They are American or non-American, but our case was weakened because we never involved in politics. You can be Republican, you can be independent, you can be Democrat. So this was my philosophy, to create something to cover all these lacking in the political engagement. What is the point we can unite all American Muslim on one point agenda? One point. It's very hard to unite all organizations. It's very hard to duplicate the concept a lot of people doing. So I created something so common and unique, so no social organization can ignore that, no religious organization can ignore that, and they can be part of this philosophy which we are trying to put in 3 words: MVM. What is MVM? Muslim vote matter. It's just not that you vote, but you need to understand why you need to vote, why you need to register yourself. Your voice will not be recognized if you do not have a voting power.
Right.
And our community are lacking behind big time. They don't vote. They don't believe in voting. Some people say, no, this is voting is haram. We're still debating. In this century, we're still debating if the voting is right or wrong. So I understood this, that if I am going to promote myself as a Democrat or a Republican or independent, nobody gonna pay any attention.
Yeah, yeah.
So we created something for public, for people to understand. I'm not the president of this organization. I'm not going to be the decision maker of this organization. This is for every individual in America who claim that I am Muslim, who claim I'm Muslim, he must register for vote, Republican, Democrat, or independent. That's it.
Good. Before we get on our short break, we got to go on a short break. We have been on the roll for almost 15 minutes now already. There is one point I want to emphasize before we go on the break and come back. And when we come back, we're going to talk more on the details of MVM, Muslim Votes Matter. But just on for viewers to understand, and I like the point you made there of the involvement in the political system. What has happened, and I support you in that, what has happened is everybody want to get on the religious bandwagon, as we say. Everybody want to get into social services, which is excellent, as you said. But, you know, there are people who can do religious work, so let them do the religious work that they are into. And there are people who are doing social services, so let them do social services. But a lot of people are out there with a lot of talk, and I mean a lot of talk, but they do nothing for the country.
Thank you.
They don't put their money, they don't put their time, but they got all the ideas and all the suggestions, and they're not getting involved in the political arena, but they got all the solutions and ideas, and you can only make these ideas and solutions effective and active when you become active yourself.
Absolutely.
So the point that you were making there, and I want to clear that for our audience and viewers, because again, as I always say, we got viewers all over the world, and they may understand something else and think something else. So we're not saying that the people in religious organizations, yeah, they occupied in that. They got everybody got their own caps, but MVM, Muslim Votes Matter, or let's say the political arena, they're people who just do nothing in social organizations and religious organizations, and they got a lot of ability, capability, financial stability. So they need to come into a more active area as opposed to only talking. So when we come back, we'll get into that conversation. And I really wanted to emphasize that because of the fact that you got the religious people in religious organization, social services people. A lot of the other people do not get involved in the political arena, and a lot who got the ability to. Absolutely. And last but not least, whether it's religious or social, everyone live in America and they have the rights to vote. So I love that point that you made, that they all have something in common.
Yes.
They all got that something in common.
Absolutely.
So stay tuned. When we come back, we will continue this conversation, inshallah, with Brother Imtiaz, who is the founder of MVM, Muslim Votes Matter Foundation, and we'll talk more about that, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Assalamu alaikum. Allah gives hikmat, wisdom, to whomsoever He wills. And whomsoever is given wisdom is certainly given a lot of good. Only the people of understanding will benefit from the reminder. Tune in to Alhikmat TV for khutbahs, lectures, and Islamic reminders. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
In the Quran, in chapter 5, verse 67, Allah tells the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, Ya ayyuhar Rasul, balligh ma unzila ilayka min rabbik, wa illam taf'al, fama balagta risalatahu. Very deep. Allah tells the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam to spread the message of the Quran. And he told the Prophet, and if you do not spread the message, you did not fulfill the mission of the messenger. So you and I are followers of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. If we can afford one Quran, help us join in distributing the Quran. So if you can't afford one Quran, do it. $3. 10 Quran, $30. 100 Quran, $300.
Assalamu alaikum and welcome back to Who is Who in America on Alhikmat TV 24/7 online. Once more, it is a pleasure to have with us in Alhikmat studio Brother Imtiaz Muhammad, who is the founder and director of MVM Foundation, which is Muslim Votes Matter. Stay tuned as we continue this conversation with Brother Imtiaz. So, Brother Imtiaz, before we went on the short break, we were talking about people getting involved. So we already have a lot of people involved in religious activities, in social services. Now, I want to get to a point with you, seeing that you have been a former candidate for Congress, for Florida State Rep, etc.
Yes.
And you have been out there, you have been in the field, you have done a lot of grassroots work, as we say, a lot of groundwork. So you've been there. What do you think of people who got money, got education, got a lot of talk, but they're afraid to get involved in politics? And I want to say that they are afraid. And they need a constructive in the religious area, because they don't live a religious life. They need a constructive in the social services life because they don't have time to get involved. So they talk a lot of politics. They associate with a lot of politicians. All right, I'm getting to some serious points here.
Yeah.
Because you got into Muslim Votes Matters. I want to talk to you about that. So they associate with a lot of politicians. They shake hands. They go to lunch. They take photos. But they're scared to get involved in politics. I don't understand that language. I really don't. What is this? Is this what it is all about, that they are there with politicians, but they do not get involved themselves? What are they afraid of? What are they afraid of? What do they think they would lose? Is it that they're too coward?
No, it's not about that. The thing is this, like the philosophy behind MVM is little bit of from the election perspective. I ran from different counties, different positions, just to make a point to all these who are there, who are more capable financially. Because look, no election campaign can run without financials.
Yes, it has a lot of
and we
expense.
see that even
Yes.
presidential campaign to a small city campaign, you see their fundraising. And our community is the most wealthiest in donations, and we have a track record of our donors. They, without any hesitation, they donate because they understand the importance of religious organization. They understand the importance of the social services, which is good. But they need to understand the importance of the political involvement, not on a personal level, but on a collective level. Like, why Muslims need to get involved in politics. Because to show that we are equally capable of running the cities, we are equally capable of running states, we are equally capable that we don't have to shy. If I can run a small business and create jobs, why can't a city can be more creative? Why can't a state be more creative? So we have all these businessmen with money and everything, investment ideas and talk and everything. But I'm talking from the Muslims' perspective, that the why Muslims are behind in this scene, only for one reason. That first of all, we need to understand there is nothing harm, no problem to be in political arena. If you can run for offices, if there are some other people who are capable, support them, educate them. So the MVM come in picture now for collective benefits. MVM is not me, it's about people, it's about those guys who claim that they are the community leaders. So now the burden is on them. They need to run MVM, not me and you. We are educating every individual. I'm requesting imams, all our muftis, scholars who are in America should promote this concept. MVM is not Imtiaz Muhammad. MVM is all American Muslims need to understand the importance of registered voter.
So are you going to encourage have programs where you will mobilize and motivate people to get involved, not only to vote? Now, one is getting the regular masses to vote, but are you going to mobilize and motivate people and have such events or activities to encourage people who got the capability to become a state rep or become a congressman or mayor or commissioner? How do you intend to do that, to encourage a person who got good ability, what we call a sleeping elephant?
Yes.
Money, education, university degree, everything, but is just too coward to get on the campaign trail. How do you see MVM encouraging that person? What do you plan to do to encourage such people to run for offices?
What you said word by word is the goal and work of MVM. We are going to be the educators. We're going to involve more people. Like, we're going to request people like your caliber. I mean, you are an icon in our community who are I must say, I admire your services. You've been there for such a long time, and you never hesitated you promoted me in my campaign and everything, whatever you could have done. Regardless, I was Democrat or Republican. It's not, we are above that. So now the goal of MVM is to get involved with every existing organization. We're going to beg Muslim muftis, imams, because you are most respected people in our community.
Right.
When you're running the mosque, we go to you every Friday or 5 times a day. We listen and we care. Our imams are most respectable teachers for us. So the imam's going to teach this lesson to the audience. Muslim vote matters. The one single message You're not telling them to change their faith. You're telling them you live in this society, this is your country, and how you're going to prove that you are American citizen by registering your vote and voting for the right candidate you believe. Is he Republican? Is a Democrat? It's your choice.
On that point, I want to ask you again, and I mean, I got to interrupt because, I know our viewers might be having questions in their mind, and I want to ask some of the questions that they may have in their mind. Do you think that some of the people, in addition to encouraging people to vote, do you think some of our Muslims who do not get involved in politics, who got the ability, as you said, and I want to call them sleeping elephants, because they're big. They got big houses, they got big cars, they got big bank accounts, they got big mouths. And I want to say that. Big mouths, big cars, big bank accounts, big talk on politics, but they're scared to get involved. Do you think they're scared because they are afraid of people criticizing them for being part of a party, meaning Democrat Party or the Republican Party? That they're scared now that people will say, oh, you're a Republican. Because if they have to go up, in most cases, you're not just going to go up as an independent. In most cases, independents don't win. We have seen that in America, presidents, right? They don't really make it, generally speaking, illa mashallah. So if they go up as a Democrat, then Republicans won't like them. If they go up as a Republican, then Democrats won't like them. So they keep quiet and they're scared of people attacking them based on which party they're affiliated with. That's one point. Number two, why are they scared? Because they may probably have businesses and they think that people, their clients will not support them now. If their clients are Republicans, well, they will lose all their clients. Or if their clients are Democrats, they will lose them. But you got to brave that situation if you want to get involved in politics.
Absolutely. It's not, look, you cannot find angels to run for offices. Everybody have here and there something, so one should not be scared. You're presenting yourself for community service. What is politics? You are presenting yourself that elect me so I can take care of your problems.
But do you think they're scared?
It's a very technical question because a lot of people, the thing is this, they've lived their life. The thing is this also, that saying is easy. I'm politically engaged. I want to be politically engaged, or like I want to run for offices. You have to have that burning desire. And you have to earn this in a way that, look, I want to serve my communities. Okay, you're serving your communities, being in social organization, you're distributing free foods, you're doing religious services, you're doing interfaith services. There are so many things people are serving. But in this case, in political arena, you have to offer your services, what you can contribute. But those people probably have, like, maybe I have lived my life and I have done so much for the community, but my only concern with those people are that you have lived your life, you have done such nice thing. So this is the time, please help others to move forward. Why I ran for office? Do you think I ran for Congress with no financial support from any institution, I will win? No, I made a point. Look, you have to have a courage that if I'm clean, I have no issues, what is the problem? I'm not scared from nobody. If I have done something bad, I have to justify it.
But that's the point I want to get at, brother Imtiaz. Do you think some of these people,
maybe they have the fear,
who got the ability, and I mean they got the ability, they got the ability.
Absolutely.
They got everything. They got more than some of these mayors and commissioners and governors got. Muslims.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, they got more than what these commissioners, governors, and politicians got. Why do you think some of these Muslims are scared to get? And listen, it's not because of religion.
Yes.
It's not because of religion. They are not we know that's a category we're talking about. I'm not talking about someone who is very religious and 5 times in the mosque and it will conflict with their lifestyle. No, I'm talking about people who live a materialistic life. They as we say, they join shoulders with every politician everywhere. Everybody knows what they are. They're either a Democrat, and everybody knows if they're Republican.
Yes.
Because those are the people. Show me your friends and I'll tell you who you are. They are always with the Democrats or they are always with the Republicans. So they cannot hide from that. Everybody knows which party they support. Well, why do you think they're scared? I would love to get that question. I would love to know. Why do you think these Muslims who got the potential capabilities and ability, what do you think they're afraid of?
The thing is that they have lived a lavish life.
Okay.
And they have done so much community service.
So are you saying now that they are scared to lose the luxury that they have
because,
in life
politics,
or the money they have?
The thing is this, it's very easy to be part of any organization and just do a title on you that I'm a community server.
Okay.
Fine. But when it comes to politics, when you come and ask for yourself that I want to run for this seat, that becomes more challenging because that will be real community service. Then you will be coming to me and say, Mr. Muhammad, I'm having these problems. If I'm a city commissioner, so you're going to come with your problems. They say, hey, I am having this problem, they're not giving me the permits, this and that. So that's real service.
Are you saying they are not brave enough?
Yeah, because
so,
look,
so they may not be scared.
It's not about
anything.
braveness.
They're not scared.
It is a lot more than their imagination. When you're running, it's better to have connections than exactly to serve. Serving physically is entirely different than having connection with your politicians, having connection with the city commissioners and all this. Why, why I want to run for office? Do I need a job? I create jobs.
Well, listen, we got to accept. I think it's because they are not brave enough to handle the responsibility.
Yeah.
Or they probably think they are not strong enough to handle the responsibility. Or they probably think that if they get into politics, they would lose some of the money they have because they will have to spend some things, which is bad. They're not supposed to think like that because that's not how it really works. You could become much more wealthier if you are in politics, you know what I mean? Not that you're going to rob the people, but the perks that come on the side, the popularity, the community services brings that barakat with you, and you grow in your business and your life. But take, for example, President Biden, President Trump. It's very challenging.
Yes,
it takes a brave responsibility and a very brave, it's a lot of brave responsibilities to make decisions. And it's definite that you get a lot of critics on the other side, but you got to be brave enough to
face the challenges.
And you got to be strong enough to handle that.
Absolutely, that's the reality.
I personally think it's because they're not brave enough to handle the challenges, and they're not strong enough.
So they have to make a choice, an option. Option B for them is support who want to run for offices and educate. This is structure what we are discussing today, MVM, is for everybody. It's not for that we are keeping it closed door. It's not a closed door organization. It's a public organization. The reason we have to choose this route to be non-profit, because people need to understand no organization can run without donations, without funds, without support, because this is going to be a very challenging job, but it's not for me because it's all about educating others and the others educating others. If all Muslims organizations take this challenge, big organizations, okay, nothing wrong in Friday khutbah if Imam saying, please, if you have not registered your vote, please go register your vote. You're not giving them, go vote Democrat, go. A lot of people don't even understand. There's nothing wrong. Then they say, no, my 501c3 does not allow me to support a candidate, and that's secondary. You're educating your people. Why they are there in Friday prayer? To listen, to get some advices from the imam, to understand their lifestyle, if they're doing right or wrong, to get a lesson. So this could be one lesson added to all masajid, all religious institution organization. Everywhere where they have a thing, they will can say, have you ever registered your vote? No? Please go register your family. So imagine if we run this campaign nationwide, that everybody singing one song and they're not getting paid. Nobody is paying me to do this. I'm volunteering myself. And I understood that if every single American in America who is eligible to vote registered, it will make big impact on entire political arena. Because all these leaders who want to run for offices will be knocking your door. They will be coming to your mosque. They will be joining your events. They will be wholeheartedly want to serve the communities.
Right.
So the idea of registering every voter to have more voting block, big voting block for American Muslims.
Right.
And then you have a choice. You want to train somebody? Yes, it's all education.
So we already around 15 minutes plus in the second segment. So we got to go on a short break. When we come back, Brother Imtiaz, we will continue on this topic now as to, I like this idea, how you intend to get MVM, Muslim Votes Matter Foundation, to be able to motivate people. Yes. How, I mean, one thing is to say that they got to vote, but what are some of the ideas you have on how to get these people to vote and how to motivate more people to come on board, to be more active in politics, because that's what you need to do.
Yes.
Every time there's a seat available in the country, you need to encourage people, Muslims, to go up for it or support someone else, some other non-Muslim who is going up for the position and they're good for it, because you don't want to support a Muslim who is not good for the position. You have another community leader, Muslim or non-Muslim, that is that has the ability to do it, so you support that person.
Absolutely.
And that will be the way to go. That is the way to go. So when we come back, we want to talk a little bit about that. Stay tuned. When we come back, we will continue this conversation, inshallah, with Brother Imtiaz Mohammed on how MVM, Muslim Votes Matter Foundation, how this organization would be able to motivate people to vote, to get involved in politics, and Muslims all over the world, I mean all over America, sorry, but Muslims all over the world, to understand this concept of supporting leaders in their country and their countries to be able to get involved in policy making decision, inshallah.
Assalamu alaikum. Allah gives hikmat, wisdom, to whomsoever He wills. And whomsoever is given wisdom is certainly given a lot of good. Only the people of understanding will benefit from the reminder. Tune in to Alhikmat TV for khutbahs, lectures, and Islamic reminders. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
In the Quran, in chapter 5, verse 67, Allah tells the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, Ya ayyuhar Rasul, balligh ma unzila ilayka min rabbik, wa illam taf'al, fama balagta risalatahu. Very deep. Allah tells the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam to spread the message of the Quran. And he told the Prophet, and if you do not spread the message, you did not fulfill the mission of the messenger. So you and I are followers of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. If we can afford one Quran, help us join in distributing the Quran. So if you can't afford one Quran, do it. $3. 10 Quran, $30. 100 Quran, $300.
Assalamu alaikum and welcome back to Who is Who in America on Alhikmat TV. And we are very blessed and fortunate to have with us in Alhikmat studio, Brother Imtiaz Muhammad. Welcome back to the show, Brother Imtiaz. And for those of you who have just tuned in, we have had a wonderful conversation with Brother Imtiaz, who is the founder and director of MVM Matters, meaning Muslim Votes Matter Foundation, Inc. And it has been very, very, very interesting talking to him about ideas to encourage Muslims to vote and get involved in politics in America. So stay tuned as we continue this conversation, inshallah. Before we went on the short break, there was a point that you mentioned, and I really, really like that idea. I like that point that, you know, already there are a lot of non-Muslims in America who run for election, and they go to mosques. They go to Islamic centers to get the support of Muslims.
Absolutely.
They already do that. I mean, they really do that. Let's take President Biden. He was with Muslims all over America when he was campaigning. The President of the United States of America. I'm not talking of just a commissioner and a mayor. The President. Present President of the United States of America. He accepted invitations to Muslims, and he was there with Muslims. Actually, he had a lot of Muslims involved in his campaign.
Yes.
Very much. Many, many, many Muslims involved in his campaign, right? In addition to him, meeting and reaching out to Muslims to support his campaign and to support him running for election. So if at that highest level in the United States of America, you can have the President of the United States of America reaching out to Muslims for their support in the presidential candidate election. And what about other positions? So that was a very, very powerful point you made, that if Muslims come alive, then you will have more people in the American political arena coming to the Muslim community. So we need to bring that aspect alive.
Yeah, absolutely. You see this, Muslim vote in America is a swing vote. So we are not enough numbers we can make impact on our election, or like somebody is running for office and you will make that change. But believe me, you have seen the trend in last 4 or 5 years. You see more electoral candidates, they come to the institutions for the support because they are understanding the value of that vote. If they get that additional vote, they can change, because in any election there are primaries and 10 candidates running. All 10 want attention. If they have because a racial vote for them, if somebody is running on the basis of racial division, if they get Muslim vote, he is the winner. So this is an extra vote in America, and Muslims are not realizing the importance of that registration process. That once the candidates will know that so many Muslims live in Florida and they all are registered voters, we can change the policies and politics of Florida. The only way we can, very simple way. So all these existing donors need to focus on this third part of Muslims, the political strength. If you have all the wealth and ability, but you're not running for offices, at least you can donate and support. And at least you understand this concept, because this organization definitely going to need expansion, definitely going to need officers working towards this goal. But the way we are starting, the way we want to involve everybody on the volunteer basis. Nobody get paid here. Nobody get the lecture someone for free. We need educators. We need scholars. We need muftis to promote this idea. I mean, you cannot repeat same khutbah every Friday. You got to have something educational for the audience. So this is going to be very interesting nationwide. It's not just Florida. This concept is going every single mosque in America.
So you're seeing here that yes, the Muslim vote is going to be so important that it can help. It's that 100 vote, that 1,000 vote, that 3,000 vote that makes a difference. Plus, there's another point here The point is, you got a lot of influential Muslims who got businesses. They got a lot of clients. So if these Muslims were to motivate their clients
Absolutely.
and their customers to support a certain candidate. Now, it's not just a Muslim 100 numbers, 100 votes by Muslims, but 100 Muslims encouraging, you know, hundreds of other people. You're talking tens of thousands of votes.
You got that point.
Tens of thousands of votes. So Muslims should not sit back and say, well, we just 3-4 million in America, we can't make the decision. No, but 3-4 million Muslims
Have affiliations.
has affiliation and motivation, can influence their affiliation, and motivation can influence many more millions.
Absolutely.
When you add it, when you multiply it. And that's where the impact is, unless we cannot get away from that. Muslims are very influential people in the world.
Yes.
They know that. The world knows that. America knows that. You know, Europe knows that. Muslims are very influential people in the world. But the problem we come back to, a lot of them are scared. They're not brave enough to take the initiative to what is called responsibility in politics. So that brings me to your point, actually. Well, then they should support the people who are brave enough to take on the responsibility. They should support the people who are brave enough. So, I mean, I think MVM is a fantastic organization, and it's going to be able to do a great deal of work. So you got a lot of things ahead. But before we conclude, you know, we got 3 minutes, 3, 4, 5 minutes again. What are some of the events or ideas you have in mind?
Okay, like I said, this organization is for people. They will take control of this, but we just going to educate and give them directions, and they need to follow that track and multiply that. So every single event, any organization is doing it, MVM will be there, registering people for vote, encouraging them physically. So we need a lot of volunteers. Every organization is going to be part of MVM. They need to be under this umbrella because there are so many, but nothing like MVM. MVM is not doing anything else asking American Muslim to vote. One point agenda. Who is going to deny? There is no ego. There is no president who is giving you directive for personal interest. There is no benefit for me asking an individual, go register your vote. Only thing will benefit me later on when we are training, educating, and running campaigns for the other candidates, so we can ask them, please support them, donate, like this is the American system. When you run any campaign with no money, what happens? Everyone needs money to run campaign. So that is secondary. We are not asking anybody to go donate Democrats, go donate Republicans or independent. You just do whatever you want. So we have no conflict of interest with any existing organization. So this is the unique idea, unique concept, that I'm not duplicating your work, I'm not duplicating another party's work. We want to be part of you. We are merging. We are a merger, bringing all organization on one page. And the person who does not support this idea, I don't know how they're going to justify their work. If they say in public, all social religious organizations promote political engagement, this is political engagement. This is the route they have to take. This is the way they have to involve. I'm not asking for money. I'm not asking to donate millions of dollars for this concept. This is a self-made opportunity for every individual to teach and educate.
This is just direct to the point. Yeah, because you made a good point there that social organizations, social services organizations, religious organizations, they indirectly support and promote the politics and candidates. So MVM is directly involved,
pivoting point,
legally involved, and this is a good opportunity for people to get involved and to use the opportunity. Well, I mean, alhamdulillah, wish you all the best.
Thank you.
And wish you and the team all the best behind MVM, Muslim Votes Matter. And inshallah, we're going to see a lot of success. It's there for the benefit and to help people and to grow, and inshallah, wish you all the best. So we just got a couple seconds again. What would you like to say before we conclude the program, inshallah?
I have only one single message to every single individual who is eligible in this country to register for vote. Please go and do that. After this program, like we've been talking so long for something very simple, and which is your moral responsibility. Go register yourself, register your family, and wait for results. You will be shocked. If this message goes to every American Muslim family, they do this right, we will have a very strong society where people will elect their own candidates, where they will select or elect by their choices. Nobody is dictating them. I'm not asking for dictation, like telling them do this, do that. No, simple one message.
And we're going to make that point clear. It does not necessarily mean that a candidate has to be a Muslim. Candidate got to be a person capable,
Of running the
responsible,
office, yes.
and is fit for the position, and Muslims can support that person. And that's big. That's big. It's not about just a Muslim candidate.
Very good point you brought. The MVM is not only for Muslims.
No, yeah.
It's just for registering Muslims vote, but they can vote to anybody
To
they
support
like.
the right candidate.
Right candidate who understand the justice and equality for all
Excellent.
philosophy.
Good. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Jazakallah, brother Imtiaz. It has been really
Thank you.
my pleasure to have you on this program, Who is Who in America on Alhikmat TV. Wonderful conversation. Big eye-opener for viewers worldwide, and especially Florida and the United States of America. Wonderful mission, and may Allah bless you and the team and everyone else on this mission and put success into it, inshallah. So thank you very much for viewing Who is Who in America on Alhikmat TV. It's always a pleasure bringing these programs on, and always stay tuned to Alhikmat TV 24/7 online. Until then, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.